Howdy, howdy ho. Today we're going to be doing some simple math, and in the words of a non-famous cowboy, I went ahead and crunched some numbers for you because I know this here's America, and math ain't exactly the Justin Bieber of intelligence. Hating on Game Pass makes you look like a fool, and here's why. So in order to prove a point, I will be rounding numbers against Game Pass. Let's start by rounding down to 20 million Game Pass subs. We know it's above that by now, but let's just keep the number lower, again rounding against Game Pass. The last official number was 18 million subs back in January, 10 months ago. Let's now assume these subs are paying $10 a month, which is the base cost of Game Pass. Everyone I know on Game Pass is subbed to Ultimate, as that gives you additional access to Game Pass on PC, EA Play, and game streaming to any device via xCloud. But once again, we're rounding this down to account for new $1 Ultimate promo accounts, which likely mostly convert once they see the value in the service. So in 1 year, subs will have paid $2.4 billion. Now before you get excited at arguing with me, I'm gonna do that for you. Let's suppose Microsoft takes 50% of that. Normally most sub-services take closer to 30%, but let's round that against Game Pass and say Microsoft takes 50% of the total amount to maintain servers, pocket for profit, etc. That still leaves $1.2 billion to go to devs or publishers to bring games to Game Pass. Yeah, that means there's a whopping $100 million available to put into the gaming industry anywhere they want to, every month. Let's add some reference points. Unverified estimates put Spider-Man on the PS4 costing around $100 million to develop. But to really drive the point home, Red Dead Redemption 2 cost $540 million to develop. That means Game Pass could fund 2 Red Dead Redemption 2s per year. Yeah, I rounded down the subs. I stuck with the lowest cost option, and I increased the amount Microsoft pockets. And yet there is still enough left over to fund a Spider-Man game every month. Now do you understand why Microsoft's greenlit the purchase of Bethesda? Now do you understand why Microsoft has so many games in the works all of a sudden? Sure, that doesn't mean they're necessarily going to be any good, but what it does mean is that Game Pass does inject money into the gaming industry, and in large quantities. Also notice how often indie devs seem to be taking them Game Pass launch deals? They probably felt it was smarter to bank on the sure money rather than take the chance of not selling that well themselves. Did you notice that I didn't even talk about how much money it saves me? 1 year of Game Pass is $180, so after 3 full-price games a year, I start saving money. You ever notice Asians don't seem to be as horny as everyone else? That's because they got boners for saving money. If you spew vitriol on Game Pass, you're either bad at math or a fool. I normally don't take such clear stances, but I'm actually shocked about how few gamers understand the basics of subscription services. There's a reason so many sub-services keep growing, and there's a reason so many new ones keep popping up. Sub-services also remove cost spikes, and that helps make it easier for an end consumer to budget with a more predictable cost. This also often ends up saving money for more enthusiastic end consumers like myself. I'll see you next time on the Gaming 5.